Okay, you're on.
Hi everyone. Happy Tuesday. Normally it's Thursday. Um, so we're here on Tuesday because Thursday is the 4th of July and we will not be working. Um, so let's see. Sound and video, which I can see myself, although I'm not centered, so I don't know what the problem with that is.
A little bit off.
Oh well. Although I'm not centered, so I don't know what the problem with that is. Okay, so we have sound, we have video. It's Tuesday night. I don't know how many people are going to be joining us tonight, but we're here regardless. So thank you for anybody that is joining us. So I am doing a 4th of July card. Well, first, okay, class kits, Crafters Classroom and Fun Time Thursday. Those are shipping. Normally we would ship on Thursday, but they're going to ship on Monday because tomorrow I'm with the grandbaby. So yay, I'm taking and I'm working on the website. So I've been working on the new website. My mom's working on adding products to the new website. So we're really making a hard push at doing that. So while he's napping, I'll be working on the website. But otherwise, yes, I'm spending the day with Kirsten, Ev, and then they have to leave, and then it'll just be me and Oliver. So I'll get some snuggles in, and then we'll get all of the kits shipped on Monday. So let's go down to the table. We're going to do a 4th of July card, or a patriotic card, or a star card.
All of those.
Yep, all of those. So I don't use this one that often. Actually, I think when I made the original samples for the star, and I haven't used it. You know, sometimes I'll use the stars, but I haven't really done the star card making die. So here we are. Actually, and I should show one for die cutting the card too. So let's look at that. Let me see if I have a piece of longer paper in here. I'm sure I have to somewhere, right? Oh yeah. Okay, so I have some, because we have some Z-fold card bases that are just have the first score on them. And yeah, there's something different about this one, and I need to think it through a little bit. Each time I do one that is like the star or the tree or the pumpkin, when you do a triple, like a triple circle, a single circle, a rectangle, it doesn't matter because if it's upside down, it's still right side up because they're symmetrical. But these aren't. So when we look at the actual die cut card, let's look at it here for a minute. We have and this one's already scored. So the directions tell you to start with a piece of paper that is 5.5 by 11 and score it at 4.25, which is already pre-done because we have the pre-done Z-fold card bases. So they already come with this one score, and then it tells you to measure over and put the die. I've got the die here. But it's a little bit different because the star will be upside down. So if we just put it on there like normal, it'll be upside down. So we actually need to like turn it over. Because technically, I mean, you could fold it the other way, but technically, when you have cardstock and it has a score in it, there is an indent side and there's a bump side. The bump is always the inside. So technically, you could, if you fold it one way, we have our star going that way. If you fold it the other way, our star is going, the top point is facing down. So it doesn't really matter because technically if you give somebody a card and they tell you that you folded it the wrong way with the bump, on the inside or the outside, you know what the rules are. If they criticize your card, they don't get cards or handmade cards. But technically, if you want to do this the proper way, normally I would, take my score and then I would measure over from there. Here we're going to turn it over and have our bump side up and place this on, so then it's going the correct way. So let me look at the directions. Actually, it says a 2 3/4 inch measure, and you guys all know that I like to keep my little templates here. So I should have, yep, a 2 3/4 inch template. And that can always be adjusted. You don't have to, that's just our guidelines. But if you want to see more of the back of your card, so when you fold the card, here I folded it and then I unfolded it. So say you want this point to be more in this way because you want to see more here, then you're just not going to have this distance as long. Like right now it's 2 3/4. If we bump that back to 2 1/2, it's going to push our whole thing back over this way, and then you're going to see more of the inside of the card. So ours, there's dies out there, not for the star I don't think, but for like the triple circle where it cuts all the way around, and you're kind of limited to exactly how it is. With our Z-fold dies being just the score and the half shape, it's very adjustable depending on, if you want to move that shape over one way or move it over the other way. So anyways, okay, so the directions, 5 1/2 by 11, and I know we've gone through this before, but I'm just showing it again, especially with the star, because that one is upside down, and you would notice it more with the tree or the pumpkin, where normally I would take and I would put it on my indent side, and I would put like my triple circles or my circle, and it doesn't matter. But with a shape that has a top and a bottom, you have to put it on the back side of the paper. So hang on, let me see if I can get, this is one die cutting thing that I do use my removable tape because I don't like my die to move. So actually I don't like cutting the card bases, let's just put it that way, because I prefer to just use the pre-cut ones. Because why wouldn't you?
Okay.
Right? And the pre-cuts are so much easier, but maybe you're making that special card that you want a metallic paper, or you want something special that we don't have the pre-cuts. So yes, I get it. But yes, for card bases, I just prefer using, and I don't think it's cheating. I think it's just being more efficient to let your mind go to the designing right away instead of having to worry about futzing with measuring and all that stuff. So now I'm going to put that through my machine. Now when I put it through my machine, I normally don't cut with scores. Like I'll cut on my metal plate, but like this has a score and a score, so I don't like to do that on my metal plate. Just because if you do it too tight, that score is pushing into the paper, and if it's too tight, it's pushing in a lot, and then it could cause it to rip. So hang on, I've got to adjust to my machine because it was set for with the metal plate in there. I just did it enough. So now we can take that off. Now we're going to fold it in, and then we're going to fold it back. Now our scores are they're not as deep as when we do it with our big machines. So the score right here, you'll see the bump. The scores right here, the bump is not as pronounced. And we fold that back. Mine was on there just a hair crooked, but that's okay. I'm just going to kind of force that score to make it straight. And then we're going to take and we're going to trim that off. So we can either be a go for it kind of gal, and we can have it folded and we can trim right on the other side. Or if we don't trust ourselves, we can take a pencil and mark that. So yeah, I wasn't going to show the scoring, but last minute I decided to show the scoring of the card. I was just going to go right to the overlay, but
So that's the star card making die that
that's
you
the
use?
star card
The
making
half
die.
star.
Yeah.
The
Well,
star half.
it's a star, but
Yes.
it is just the half because we're only cutting half of the star.
Yep.
And then the layering dies actually have the layering dies have the star, which I did have a star pre-cut over here. Because the star, this was like one of my very first shapes. And the star is not totally symmetrical. So you do have to like kind of move that around a little bit to find out which point actually goes up. You notice it a little bit. You don't notice it a ton, but yeah, it was one of my first attempts at like doing the more, different shapes. Like circles are super easy, but the star was not as super easy. Why, you ask? I don't know, because I was new at doing it. Yeah, so there, it fits. Because one way it'll fit exact. I mean, you might not notice a huge difference, but, one way it doesn't. One way it fits exact, the other ways it's just slightly off. So, okay, so now let's talk about this star card. This color, let's talk about the color first. The color is Basis Blue, which is an old color, discontinued by the paper mill. We do not have another blue that's this color. So when people try and order the Basis Blue, it's like, oh, because they're like, well, what's the closest? Well, nothing. Unfortunately, there's like navy blue, which is this, so it's a lot darker, and then there's blast off blue, which is on the lighter. So this was like really the perfect like medium blue. And so if you like the Basis Blue, like we have none in stock, except for the star card, which I will put on the sale page this weekend. You could always have the postcards here. You could make strips out of this and this if you don't want to make a star card. So, but you get a nice big chunk as the back of your card, and then you get, more chunks for layering and strips. So yes, if you really like this Basis Blue, it will be on the star card will be on the sale page this weekend. And pick up your Basis Blue, because I think this is the only form of Basis Blue we have left in the warehouse at all. So unfortunately, because it was like a super good color. So I wanted to talk about making overlays with this, and I am going to I have our sticker paper, and I thought it would be fun to do with the star here, to do some red and white stripes. I don't know how it's going to look, but we're going to give it a shot. So, because I don't have many patriotic stamps. I have a few sitting next to me, but I wanted to use the star card, and so I don't think any of the patriotic stamps fit. But let's just do white and red stripes for the flag. So I'm going to start with red. When you're doing it on the sticker paper, you're going to try and line it up straight to the edge of the sticker paper first, which is kind of a pain in the patootie. Getting that first one on, because your fingers stick to it, and you want to get it straight as possible. But then the next ones, you can just line up with the edge of that one. So I did pre-cut some strips. The red I'm using is the classic red linen, which is a nice bright red. And then I did have regular white cut, but then I was like, why not cut some white glitter? That would be fun.
Sarah, are you getting in a blue comparable to that?
There isn't one out there.
Okay.
Like, yeah, we would if we could, But back in the day, okay, I'm sticking my strips, let's just talk. Back in the day, there was so many different colors of paper, and there were different paper mills, and there were lots of choices. And then the paper mills started combining. So then when they combined, then they would take their two lines, put them together, and get rid of the stuff that doesn't sell, and keep the stuff that does sell. And then over the years, they just dwindled it down even more. So we don't get our paper made. We buy the mill papers. So we are kind of limited to their colors. And then they've, reduced their colors, and now they just don't have many colors. So when we came across, when the basis line went out, which was that in COVID, or was that before COVID? I think it was either right in the beginning of COVID, but anyways, the whole basis line went away. And the blue and the green that they had were the first two gone because they're so nice. And then it took a couple years to get the Lesabo line in, but the Lesabo line still does not have a really nice blue like that. So unfortunately, the short answer is no, but it's not because we don't want to, it's because there just isn't one out there. And like all of the different colors of paper that are out there, like some people get their paper made. When you get your paper made, you have to buy like whole skids of it. And it just doesn't work financially for us, or even warehouse space wise. So anyways, I just made that with sticker paper. I am going to just cut myself a straight edge.
Nice, Sarah, that's nice.
I just thought of that today. I was like, I'm going to try that. Let's see. We're going to put it on the front of the card. So this distance right here should be 2 3/4. Let's measure it. 2 3/4. And if we want a slight border around it, we can make it slightly smaller. So say I'm going to put an 1/8 inch border around it, I can cut it to 2 5/8.
Do you have that orange marker over there by any chance?
Yes, I do.
Thank you.
Sorry.
That's all right. Thanks.
I think you gave it to me once.
I did give it to you last week.
Yeah. And that's how it ended up over here.
Yep.
So 2 5/8. I'm going to go a hair bigger because you can always trim a little bit off. You just cannot put it back on. And now let's think about this for a minute. Okay, so we have our die, and this is our card. It's going to go on that front panel. So normally, when I do, like when we're die cutting overlays, sometimes we'll take and we'll stick the overlay on our, and I'm just going to bring my metal plate. Well, sometimes I really cheat doing the overlays. Let's just put it that way. So I'll show you my cheater method. I'll show you my cheater method first. The cheater method is if you have a bunch of cards, you just take and you trim the front off of one of your cards, and then you can use the white paper for other stuff. So I trim that off, and now I have this overlay that fits perfectly on the front. And then if I want a border all the way around it, actually that one already has a border. I must have trimmed it to, yep, I did. I trimmed it in a little bit. But you're going to trim off on the edges. So yeah, that's how I do my cheater overlays. Sometimes I do that for classes when I don't want to make Becky cut all of them. And then, yeah, we can take and we can trim a little bit off of each side, and then we have our overlay. And then I just use the other white pieces for layers and stuff like that. So I don't waste anything, but it does save us a lot of time if we are, kitting for 100. We're not cutting 100 of these. But if you're just doing one, so then I have my overlay. So I'm going to use that later. But for die cutting our overlay, and yes, this I'll keep and I'll use for something else. When we die cut overlays, sometimes we'll take our metal plate, and especially if we're die cutting more than one, we're die cutting, a few, we'll just stick our die right to our metal plate, and then we'll go and we'll stick our paper in there, and then we'll run it through. So then we just have to pick it up, pull it out, put it in, pull it out. So if you're doing, a bunch and you don't want to do it the other cheater way, you can do it this way. However, if I did that on this piece of paper, it wouldn't fit on our card unless I folded it the wrong way. So you actually need to, and I always just put it this way and I put this side in. But you need to think about it, because this one has a shape that's pretty specific, which is the same as with the tree and the pumpkin. So I actually need to be on the other side of the paper. Like if I would have cut it here, well, I guess that would have worked too. Huh. I don't know. There was some way that it wasn't working. So forget that. Well, it's just if you have something that has like printing on it, you have to be very careful, because if you have printing on it, you have to make sure that you have the printing going towards the top of the star. So yeah, this side does work too. I don't know. I was thinking funny for a minute. I guess we all think funny sometimes.
Oh, yes.
I was having a brain fart. So yes, that will work too. But yeah, you just need to be careful of which side you're, if you have printing on there. So, okay, let's put this through. I don't know. I was overthinking it.
No.
Yeah, I was. Okay, hang on. Now I have to redo my die cutting machine. Yeah, because you can just turn it around. So, anyway, ignore me. Hang on a second. Okay. So now I cut my striped paper, and that's going to fit on the front of there. But see how it's too long, and that's fine because I started out with my paper a little bit longer. Yeah, I was having a brain fart for a minute. I don't know why.
Oh, well, you know what? It's okay.
So I am going to, I could hold this in place if I wanted to. Like I could take those off. I could hold those in place. Hold that in place. Then I'm going to turn it over. I am going to take my pen and draw that edge. And I'm going to draw that edge. And I want to trim them about that length in.
So I put links out there, ladies and gentlemen, for the pre-cut cards and for the dies that you're using tonight.
Okay, perfect.
Okay.
So I have the line there that goes to the edge of the card. I'm going to go in about 1/8 of an inch from that, because then I will have an equal border. And I'm going to turn that around, and I'm going to do the same thing. I wasn't sure how my red, white, and blue paper would, or my red and white striped paper would turn out, but I like it, actually. So now I'm going to attach that on. When we do our fractured cards, we are starting out with a sticker paper base. So instead of putting all of that, the last time we did it just on cardstock swatches, and then we put all of the tape on the back of the layers. So this time we're starting out with a piece of sticker paper, And then we're just attaching our pieces right on there. I don't know why I didn't think of that the first time. I like my sticker paper. I should have done 2 of these, because then I could have attached one. Oh, when you attach this other one, then you have to really be careful on which way you put it. But do I have enough pieces to do another one? I think I want to do another one. I think that'll be super fun. Okay, hang on.
All right.
I'm going to cut one more piece of sticker paper. And then we're going to die cut the other one to do on the inside of the card. And my red linen, and I think I have some more glitter paper. So yes, we're going to cut 1/2-inch strips. We're going to do it one more time. But yes, then when you do this other one, that's what I was thinking. Phew! I haven't totally lost my mind. Well, maybe I have.
I certainly wouldn't notice, Sarah.
Geez, I thought I was losing my mind here for a minute. So I did 1/2-inch strips, 1/2-inch strips, 1/2-inch strips, or close enough. I just have to make that to a, so I can do a 1/2-inch strip.
Woohoo! Getting close.
1/2-inch strip. So my bike ride is coming up in a few weeks. I did, 2. I did a 70-mile this past weekend on Saturday, which the ride there was great. The ride home stunk because it was totally against the wind. But as my son said, well, it was good training. Yes, it was. So, but that was good. And then I did a 22-mile on Sunday, and then on Monday I did a 25-mile, and then it's raining today.
Well, let's back up to the 25 miles yesterday.
The 25 miles yesterday I did.
Up and down hills.
Up and down hills, yes, I did. I did some hard hills that I had gotten off and walked a few weeks ago. So I was pretty happy with that.
So Marianne Phillips wants to know the name of the ride and how long. She has a friend who's a long-distance bike rider, and they were talking about you.
Oh, it's called RAGBRAI. RAGBRAI.
Wait a minute. I got to get to the right page here.
And yeah, we can talk about that while I do my stripes.
Okay.
RAGBRAI.
RAGBRAI.
Yep. And I mean, total, it changes every year, but this year, I mean, normally it's around 500 miles. This year it is 434 miles. So it is the 8th shortest RAGBRAI, but it is the hilliest RAGBRAI ever. So thank you very much to the RAGBRAI people for making my first ride the hilliest one. I'm sure they did it just for me. No, joking. So that's why it's important to at least train on some hills too. Anyways, this weekend, which my long ride, given the weather, is going to either be on Thursday or on Saturday, is 80 miles. So yeah, we're getting there. We're getting down to the wire here. So because I didn't do this as one piece, my stripes might not line up. But it's just going to have to be what it's going to have to be. I mean, it would be great if they did line up, but I'm not going to count on my stripes lining up. So again, I'm going to cut a 2 5/8 inch piece of paper. So 2 and 5/8. I should have thought about doing this before doing both sides, and then I could have done one long piece of sticker paper, and I could have done the placement. So now, this is what I was thinking about. If we took and we did this, now it's going to be upside down. So now technically, we need to make the other side of the star. So we're going to do this upside down. So so now I can actually look at this and maybe try and place it. Oh, my stripes are a little bit different sizes. So it will be close, it won't be exact. But I'm going to place it on, my cutting side of the die is up. And I'm going to place it on there. Actually, I'm going to do it from this side. And so I can use my removable tape. But that's why I was thinking, I knew there was one thing that you did that you had to like really pay attention and put it on the back. And this is the reason why. Is when you're cutting for that other side. Now if you're doing, like I said, if you're doing a symmetrical shape, it doesn't matter. But if you're doing...
So Sarah, are you going to check in with us every night?
I am.
Good.
I am. I will let you know that I made it to the next city.
Oh, good.
And I might actually keep this piece too, because that might be fun going down the other side. Okay. So before I forget and throw that away as a piece of scrap, let me trim this. Yes, I will check in every day at some point. I can't give you an exact time because I don't know like what time will... I don't know, because some days, like the first few days are 40 some miles, and then the third day I think is like 80 some miles.
Oh my word. Oh.
And then I think there's two like in the 80s, there's one in the 70s, there's one in the 60s, and there's 3 in the 40s.
The ride. I put a link out there for you people.
Yes, if you want to see what I'm doing. And then I might even check in like before we start too. Like on the start. From the start line, which I don't know that there's, like I think it's I haven't quite figured that out. I think it's like a stag, like you just start when you get there. I don't think like there's a specific start time that everybody's, because there's thousands of people. So now we have this. And it's taped on there, remember? I'm probably going longer than I planned on it, but that's okay. I probably do that every week. So yeah, there we have our star, or our stripes. Nice. And I am going to use my removable tape so I can mark the back. Huh. So I'm going to mark the back so I can trim that.
Well, Sarah, I remember when you did that Susan Komen walk.
Yep.
And your dad and I
Came
came unannounced. But I'm not doing that this time.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, yeah, because you don't know when you're going to see us.
No.
And I don't know when, you know, because different people, I'm on a Facebook page and somebody was saying that they're going to get up and leave at 4 o'clock in the morning so they beat the heat. And everybody was like, don't do that because you're going to miss all the fun.
Yeah, right.
Because like services and stuff won't be open that early.
Yeah.
So there. I can cut a hair more off so it matches. Not like it matters, because if it doesn't match, it doesn't match.
Well, the route is not closed to vehicular traffic.
But I think it's limited. I don't know if it's totally closed, because if you had a vehicle driving along with you, at least to get into the campgrounds. Oh, that trimmer is not... I think in the cities, though, it's part of the cities are closed. Like, you can't get in without the vehicle pass.
Hey, remember that one year we went out to,
Sturgis.
yeah, here we are.
Oh, now I trimmed too much. I should have just left well enough alone.
We went out to Yellowstone.
Oh, yeah, South Dakota.
We went out to Yellowstone.
Oh,
and
not
we're,
Sturgis.
We're
It
driving
was-
in the middle of the night. It's raining out, and there are all of these bikers on the road.
Motorcyclists.
Motorcycles, bikers. And Sarah was like, just finished her sophomore year in high school because Michael her older brother had just graduated from high school, so that was his graduation trip.
Okay, so there we have our, oh, I love that. So, anyways, go ahead.
So that was interesting. We did not know about anything at all about Sturgis at that point in time. And here all these motorcyclists were going out to Sturgis for the bike in. Oh my word. Sarah was scared.
Well, I was scared because my legs had fallen asleep in the car. So I got out of the car and I remember I couldn't walk because my legs were numb.
Oh.
And I couldn't keep up with the family.
Yes.
Because my legs were sleeping.
And you were so worried about those people on motorcycles that some of them looked a little sketchy, but most of them were really nice.
Yes, really nice. But when you're walking and there's people coming at you and you're standing and a crowd is coming at you and you can't move because your legs are numb.
I didn't know that, Sarah.
Yeah, that's
I'm so sorry. Mother of the Year award. Oh God.
Yeah, I remember getting out of the car and my legs were numb from sleeping or from
From being in the car so darn long.
being in the car so darn long. Yes.
Yeah, your dad liked to ride all night, didn't he? No, we aren't going to stop. We'll just stop and sleep along the roadside. That's where Sarah got that.
Yeah, or maybe we won't put, I don't know if we're going to put that there because I cut, what else did I cut over here? Let's see, I cut some stars. So a color that I thought was discontinued, that I was informed of today is not discontinued, is this, and maybe we'll put one of those blue stars.
Yeah, Marianne Phillips, we stopped at Mount Rushmore on our way to, she said they went to Mount Rushmore in the middle of Sturgis. It is crazy. Yes.
So I am going to use my blue periwinkle stars, which that's a color that was discontinued, but we must have got some in after it was discontinued. So I don't know how, but I was informed that there's some in the warehouse.
Okay.
I was a little shocked by it today. So that might be on the special page too. Okay, so now I'm going to cut a white star to go in the middle here for sure. And I might take my little blue sparkly stars and expand them over across there. So hang on, let me cut a white star. I did a little bit of cutting ahead of time, but not all of it. Or, I had something in my mind. And because I didn't forget my computer, we were able to actually be here. Let's see, where is my glitter paper?
Wow, it said whenever possible, they select roads with low traffic volume for the bicycle route. The Iowa State Patrol and local law enforcement authorities direct traffic at select high traffic intersections to help make the ride as safe as possible, but they do not lead the riders on the route.
Well, they were kind of talking about that on the page I was reading today, where somebody asked if they should have their navigation on during the ride, and they said just follow everybody else.
Yeah, you don't need any.
There will be a line of people,
Yeah.
so don't worry about it. Just follow the line. You don't have to worry about having navigation
Yeah,
on.
the bike route will be marked with bright orange arrows and patrolled by emergency medical crews
Yes.
and RegBri personnel.
Yeah. So anyways, when you're putting layers on there, you're going to want to, like I said, the layers are not perfect. So kind of look at how they're going on there. This one, it doesn't seem to matter.
Six a.m. is considered the official RegBri start time.
Okay. So yes, I will check in with you all.
Oh, good. God, I know you worry about me when I don't answer my phone, but I'm going to worry about like crazy when you're out on that road.
Oh, we'll check in. Josh
Okay.
and I will check in every night.
Good.
At some point, I may even show you my tent.
All right.
So because maybe on the start day, I'll check in at the start and say we're here, and then when we finish, and yeah, maybe some morning I'll check in and I'll say these are my luxury accommodations.
All right. Luxurious, right?
Right. So yes, if you call the office, no one will answer.
No, I'm not coming in.
And if you email, I might not answer either. Huh. I love my little patriotic card.
I do
don't know what I'm
too.
going to use it for, but I just love it. I think that worked out really good putting, and I'm going to use my periwinkle because that blue matches pretty darn good. Let's see. I am going to put glue on there from my glue gun, and if I do
Hello,
it,
Brian Urban.
no, this is Brian on. Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Brian's on. He was the one that was like, "You should use periwinkle," and I'm like, "What do you mean periwinkle? Do we have a color periwinkle?" And Becky and I were both like, "We thought it was discontinued," and he's
Oops,
like, "No."
somehow we got it, right?
Yeah. What I think happened was
Might
I
have been on
ordered it.
back order. Huh?
Well, I think I ordered it. They said it was discontinued, and then it was on back order, and it just ended up getting shipped, and then I just didn't even realize it. Because, yeah. So, yes, I don't know what I'm going to do with my patriotic card, but I'm kind of digging it. Especially I like how to do the, and I didn't even think about that when I was like planning on doing this today. I was going to show how to cut the overlay, but I totally forgot about cutting the inside overlay, which I like that too. So yeah, there we have the front of our card, the open of our card, and I did bring some stamps in here. I don't know that I'm going to put, I might just put some little fireworks on the inside there. So let me see if my, will the VersaFine Claire dry on there? Let's try it.
Sarah, do you know someone who served?
Well, Brian's dad did.
Yeah. I'm thinking about who you could get that card to. You can save your card until November and send it to a veteran for Veterans Day. That's a great idea.
That is a great idea.
Thank you, Karen. Thanks, Kathleen.
Because, yeah, I like my little card. And then there's, well, these are the only, like, oh, actually I do have, I found this set from Impression Obsession. So I have 4 of this set. if anybody is interested, for $10, just post it here. If you're watching this after,
Wendy Littleton, or your son can use it for someone for a Christmas card.
or that's true
That's
too.
totally true,
Yeah.
Wendy.
So anyways, I'm going to open one of those and I'm going to put America the Beautiful on there. But yes, if anybody wants that stamp set.
Kathleen Ressler Moore. What do you want me to do, sir? Do you want me to
Just-
write these down?
Yes, yeah, kind of how we did it the last time.
Okay. Stamp set.
Yeah, I have 4 of them. The last person is going to get the one that I used one stamp out of. Wendy wants one.
Yes.
And I might actually try, watch me screw this up when I stamp. I'm actually going to try the darker blue.
Okay, hold on a minute. I need to get over to this other thing, see if somebody else said they wanted one here.
Okay, on YouTube.
Yep. Marion Phillips says the VA hospital accepts cards to give to vets who are there. It's a day brightener for them, Sarah. So
Okay.
that's nice too.
Yep.
Ed Domick served, my original dance instructor.
Karen Ruth wants one.
Put me down.
And
Yep.
Bobby Kindle.
And Bobby Kendall. That's it. That's 4, ladies. Thank you very much.
But yes, I am going to save this or take it over to the... Is there a VA hospital here?
I don't think it's here. It's in King.
Right. If I screw this up, then I'm going to put a swatch over the top of it. Because I didn't season my... And I should put a white star right on the inside there, too. Oh, nice, nice. Oh, I like it when things turn out.
Happy July.
So yes, I will put one more on the inside. Or even, I wonder if they do cards for the old Glory Honor Flight people.
Yeah. That's another, there is an old Glory Honor flight coming in pretty quick here.
I think it's in September.
I just got a notice.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
So, okay. So let's go. I was going to make a graduation card too, and I'm just going to do something really quick for the star because I have a couple things pre-cut. It's not going to be as elaborate as this one because, but I like that. Yeah, that turned out super good. Actually, who am I kidding? Let me cut my little star so I just get it done because it's easier just to have it totally done than come back and try to finish.
Oh, I know. The Yellow Ribbon Honor Flight is at EAA on the 26th of July.
Well, we will get this to somebody that it would make their day.
Yep. August, they have a fundraiser.
All right.
September 11th. October 23rd.
Okay. So there we have that card. I'm going to let that dry for a little bit. But yes, I really like how that turned out. Whew. Sometimes I surprise myself. All right. So I did pull a black one because I thought of graduation for black.
Kathleen, thank you for your son's in-laws service. I saw that post earlier.
Oh yeah, retired, serving 30 years. Wow.
Yep.
So in the life events class, there's a graduation card, and I actually used it already. So
Okay.
I've used most of the cards I've made for that class. Yeah. So hence why we are doing one. So okay, so this is just going to be a quick grad card. I'm probably not even going to finish it because I think we're already close to 7 o'clock.
Yeah, it's 6. You got 10 minutes left.
So let's just. I think I was going to stamp the overlay in silver, and maybe I will use, just to give it a little bit of something. Let's stamp our overlay, and that was my cheater overlay, remember. Let's stamp that in the same, let's stamp it in silver. And yes, probably not the proper way to clean your stamps, but it's going to work for now. So we're just going to stamp some.
It's better than not cleaning them at all.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm sorry.
We're just going to put some fireworks on, some silver fireworks on our overlay. I was kind of surprised when I heard fireworks last night
Yeah.
going off. I didn't, well, no, it was the first. I guess it's getting close enough.
Yeah, probably out at the Ball Diamond, huh?
Oh, yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
So, okay. All right. I was thinking it was still June. So yeah, I put some fireworks on there. So I did talk to Josh, the one that I'm doing the ride with. He's still in Iowa right now. And he said, yeah, he did a 40 and a 50 mile this weekend. And he said, my legs were a little sore. I might need to do a little more training.
Never too late to train, Josh.
Yeah, never too late to train. I'm like, well, my legs were sore after 70, so I need to do a little bit more training too. So it's hard to see on here.
Kathleen said silver with a tint of blue looks good.
There we go. Yeah, it was a little bit hard to see that. And when I trimmed that, I trimmed it a little bit in, and that was kind of by accident, because usually if you trim it right on the score, it's going to go right up to this edge. So it's to the edge of the star in here. But because I trimmed it in by accident, I have a little bit of a border right there, which I kind of like.
I like that.
Yeah, me too. So, and then we have a grad. Do you need any grad cards, Mom?
Do I need any grad cards
this year?
Yeah, I guess I do need one.
Okay, for a boy or a girl?
A boy.
Okay.
A boy grad card.
Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Because I've made grad cards for myself this year that I needed. John and Leah needed a grad card. So, I had a good idea for the grad cap card. That's what I did for John and Leah. So I'll have to remember that for next year. A good way to do it, to hold a little gift card. But that was one that I didn't even take a picture of. I made it so last minute.
Marion Phillips said they made a bunch of cards with Jennifer. She's going to write nice messages in them and send them with a friend who goes to the hospital.
Oh yeah, they made a whole set of 8 or 16 cards.
Oh, nice.
In their craft along.
Thank you for that, Marion.
Last time. Yes, I did see those. Those were very nice. So, all right. I do need to probably die cut a white star and put a word on it. Or actually, if I die cut like a yay, the yay could go, actually I'm going to take a hunk of black. We're going to throw his hat up in the air. Okay, and then we're going to put the word grad up here. Actually, I should have probably made that a little bit wider, so hang on one second. I got to find myself a piece of black. Not that I don't have probably 1,000 strips of black sitting behind me. And what did we say? That top part was 2 3/4. I think that's what we said for the last time. Yep, that's what it is. Although I might turn
Well,
my
your
hair off.
brain's not totally fried, huh?
My brain's not totally fried. Now during RAGBRAI it might be totally fried.
Yeah.
So let's put our word grad on there, and let's put our grad cap on there.
Dan Barnes says, hello, Sarah.
Hello. So, okay, let's talk just for a minute, warehouse sale. The in-person warehouse sale is September 14th. In-person classes are September 13th. And then virtual starts the next week after that. Virtual starts on September 16th. And with, we'll put it out there. I actually said it out loud today to somebody on the phone that I am going to really try to get it out there August 1st. I used to do it August 1st, and then that kind of went by the wayside in the last few years, and it's been August 15th. But I am going to try again to get it out August 1st, which you know what that means. My RAGBRAI goes from the 20th to the 27th. So I'm going to start working on those posts ahead of time, and they won't be on the new site. We probably won't have the new site done. Maybe, but I'm going to start working on those to get them up by August 1st. For people that are in auto ship, I'm going to be emailing you, because September gets a little dicey because there's the 2 auto ship classes, but then you can buy the all-in bundle. So, auto ship people, watch for an email from me, and you'll have to let me know if you want more than just the 2 classes in September. So, but that won't come up until August or the end of July, which is going to come up quick.
Yes.
Like months ago when I was training for this thing, I was like, we got time. And yeah.
All of a sudden it disappears.
It's here. So.
Oh my gosh.
So yes. I'll have to get all the pricing for that, and then I'll have to email my auto ship people to see what they want. But in person, we've sold out in person. It doesn't sell out as quickly as it did years ago, like in 2017 and 18. But now that there's virtual is an option, that kind of helps people out.
Oh, Diane Barnes, Sarah has been working diligently to get a new website up and running, and I'm doing what I can do to help her with that. So that probably won't be up until...
Oh, yeah, the new website.
Mm-hmm.
I'm thinking it'll be up sometime I would like to say we'll have it up in 2 weeks, but I think even once we get all the products entered, we might do like have them both running for a little bit and have some of you, maybe offer a discount on the new site just to have some of you test it to make sure it's functioning before we actually get rid of the old one.
Yeah.
So, yes,
Oh, that's always. Oh.
There will be a new website because I've been having all kinds of problems with mine. If you're ever having trouble ordering, email me because yes, it hasn't been cooperative. So, anyways, there is going to be my mom's grad card. I think I'm going to put the word yay or you did it, or I have something that can go right there.
Thank you.
So yeah. So the star is not just for patriotic, although it does look pretty awesome. When I was doing the samples, I also did a brown one of more of like a cowboy type theme. So there you go, if you're not sure what to do with the star card.
Great. That star card is awesome.
So anyways,
Both
thanks
of them.
for joining us tonight, guys. And there's our 2 star cards. We're going to put something here yet for my mom before she gives it. And we will see you next week. Today's Tuesday. Everybody have a safe and happy 4th. Then we will see you next week, Thursday, on the 11th. Yeah, and kits are going to ship on Monday for our Fun Time Thursday and our Crafters Classroom coming up.
Well, Sarah, there are Wendy Little and Kathleen, Bobby Kendall.
You all want to test my site?
Yep,
good.
Wendy, yep.
We'll need constructive criticism, or let us know what's working, what's not working.
Yep.
So we'll let you know when we get products. I've got some products in there, and we're going to be working. That's what I'm going to do when I'm not cuddling a baby tomorrow. Is working on entering products into the new website. So
Happy 4th.
happy 4th, everybody. Have a good holiday, relaxing. Do you, and be safe. Bye, guys.